on, but more so leaning into those engaged champs, but very early to pick up the Jinx into D plus Kier, kind of showing the hand a decent amount. We'll see what D plus Kier want to do in response.
Why is Lucid reacting this way? Kindred and Galio circles comp, immediately comes in.
Yeah, so a lot of power in the Galio that can kind of set up the Kindred. Zeka gonna pick the Silas.
Something happened, by the way. He was hovering it, and it was like silence, and someone screamed something. I don't know if it was a fan or a player, but the whole crowd laughed and clapped.
Yeah, Kindred to get marks. If you do both of those, you're gonna have a fantastic game.
Yeah. I mean, it's a team game after all. Let's see the smite here goes the way of Lucid.
You know, you're never gonna have that skill order you wanted to lay. Lucid?
Okay, trading flashes.
They can get their hands on it.
Yeah, when you're the Ziggs team as well, would be lovely to get as many as possible. Zeus does have level 6 here. And Delight just holding the door in front. Showmaker, nice angle here. Could try to go for it. Even the Ziggs ult going to do a bit of damage in onto Delight. Trying to just create space for that grub that is coming in. Here comes the Silas, though, and Lucid in a bit of trouble. He's not level 6. Down he goes. Barrel goes too deep. And the Ambessa, Siu will trade one back, but it's HLE Esports trading up in a big way. And I'm sitting there farming the wave, tanking Qs, and that's about it. Once again, nice canceling from Zeka. I feel like every time he does that, he always comes out ahead on the trades.
Yeah, Zeka pretty good at this Silas champion, to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
Obviously one of these picks that you think Silas, you think, oh, faded in.
Oh boy, and now Zeka just gonna steal the Kindred ultimate. It's gonna get pretty interesting. Let's see if Lucid can burst him down. Didn't have the E stack, but he's burning, and it is gonna be a kill to Lucid anyway.
Neutral objectives though for HLE, so they are ahead in terms of feats of strength. But here, you know, Zeka's constantly been cancelling. He gets cancelled in return by Showmaker. And then the ult does let him survive, but it also means Showmaker can kind of just heal up and walk it off. And the red buff, enough to take him down.
Yeah. And Viego, again, there's a lot of gold in the pockets of DK that they'd love to spend, but they can't. So they got to stick around. They got to fight over this Mountain Drake. And just trying to look. There is another mark, actually, in the jungle, which I believe is being shown here by the big zoom out. Also, the multiple different angles. And power of backing out of vision as well. HLE Esports not really able to do much about that. And trying to get Peanut close to the objective, but already the Ziggs poke is coming in, but here comes Zeka trying to get in there, but the Rel ult pretty good onto that front line, and Siu's buying a lot of time in the back, has the Galio on top, a 3-man knockup, and Viper though did get the 1 reset. Can he do enough damage is really the question. Able to tip away at Showmaker, but not willing to take the 3v4.
I think the fight execution really good. They're now also trying to defend this bot lane tower, and a little bit risky, I think.
Yeah, the door is held.
I think with the 1-for-1 tower trade, more than happy. You see Zeka coming from the flank. I think D+ do a phenomenal job of healing these threats. Feral, that engage, really amazing. Yes, Zeka stasis it so he doesn't get taken out, but it stores out the fight, and then this Galio ult from Showmaker, massive. 4-man knockup, really just disrupts HLE's chance of having any momentum, takes out the Viego, and gets them so many tools to respond now. They're looking top. TP is coming in behind.
Yeah, you got to be careful. I mean, taking it slow and steady and peel and poke, they're kind of out of position for that. The engaged Braum ultimate going to catch Showmaker. He has to flash away. Big Ziggs bomb over the top, though, into the satchel, and now in the backline, Siu finds the angle, and this should absolutely go the way of D+ Kia. Nice pullback there from Zeus to get himself to safety, but now Arakan available. Safety, but yeah, this is the choke of doom right here.
So Light walk through a bunch of mines, they move forwards. Ult gets a lot of value there, even through the lock-in. Let's see a great grab onto the Braum. New ult is cooldown to down. He actually used the Unbreakable to walk through the minefield, and Zeus has a great ult. He would have certainly died if he hadn't been able to get out, but he gets away. He doesn't change the course of the fight.
Viper.
Yeah, maybe don't do that.
For some reason. He's trying to aggressively get in there, and speaking of which, Siu over the top with the Ziggs as well. They do have the Otacon buff. That's a couple of revives already on the cards. TP. I mean, Zeka wasted his TP, which is what I was very much focused on, but yeah, this was not clean at all.
Yeah, I mean, aiming should not be this low. Getting poked out by a Jinx, well played by Viper, but shouldn't really happen. And although we get the Braum, we don't get anything else. You know, in terms of having an Otacon buff, you should hope for a lot more.
In live, Zeka in trouble. You see, trying to block the Silas from dashing. Another knockup comes in. Zeka, okay, gonna buy some time. Does he have a chance? He doesn't have his flash anymore. And yeah, that's gonna... And yeah, I said it before, you know, the gold looks somewhat even, but a couple Mountain Drakes, you know, a 5th stack here now for the Kindred. Things are really beginning to get out of control, but aiming is in the middle of no man's land, and he's gonna get Showmaker in there as well. He flashes away, but Zeus gets the kill. Zeka will be traded for it, though. We'll see what this Kindred can do. Lucid flashing over the top. Peanut not able to get away. Showmaker buying a lot of time, but that is a pretty excited Jinx, rather, looking to go on the hunt. So DK not going to play with their food and just run away. Although, yeah, Zeus goes in with the TP. And Siu trying to peel for the team. This could get pretty dangerous. The zap on top of Siu, the knockback, and Siu, they just got to leave him. There's no hope for him. And that should be another kill right into the hands of Viper.
Yeah, very kind of just stolen things out. And if you look, Zeka's pushing bot lane again. He still has TP, he's fine with it.
This is Cassante. You see Showmaker's like, do I engage on this guy even though he's standing right next to me? The answer is no, it's Cassante. Death Sense picked up by Siu, and TP's back in. I think this is going to be a straight-up fight over the Dragon. Stun here on the Zeus. He's not able to go unstoppable for a bit, but he's so tanky. Doesn't really matter. Setting up on this one, Zeka, he's got a pretty massive flank, but spotted. Zeus as well. The two Z's coming over the top as now they try to turn onto Zeka as he does go golden, and it's stolen by Lucid. He gets the Dragon, so many low health bars, and Barrel goes in and just stacks the front line there for his DPS. And you see Zeus is all alone on the back of the fight. He's going to be run down. This should be 3 for the side of D plus Kia in both Dragons. 3 Mountain Drakes, 3 kills. Eventually, who's going to pick it up is the only question. It does go to Showmaker.
Kind of hard. You know, he uses his CC, but aiming would have had the satchel defensively, and so he just kind of disengages. It's just a struggle, and especially Zeka, like, last fight, he went in with Galio. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Nearly died to Lucid.
Dive in, Proto Belt, well, I guess it's Rocket Belt now, and just press R.
Yeah, it's not Zaya, but, you know, it's still an 80 carry that doesn't have a lot of mobility in Jinx.
Yeah, the only thing is aiming is a bit low, so some good poke that did come out from Viper. But I just don't think there's anything to punish him. And again, they have the Kindred. I think the Rel would have done better for them. But I still think it's just best of a rough bunch for the situation. They get the tower here. Looks like they're going to keep pushing.
Oh,
Peanut
man. In a lot of trouble. This is Viego just doing absolutely nothing the whole game.
Really living up to the Paper Man.
That is the nickname we gave to him. And aiming it so far. Potentially a final fight here. HLE really have to fight for this one. You cannot give Mountain Soul to a 4 Mountain Drake team. And they're just still trying to find the angle on Ziggs. The story hasn't changed.
Steal Rel or Ambessel and just try and make it happen. I think that's your best option. He's found a flank again.
Oh, they're trying to get in, and the engaged Braum, surprisingly, doesn't work.
No flash on aiming now, though.
Yeah. And
get hooked. Look at Delight.
Oh, no, that bomb. Just gigantic damage. And Delight's like, what do I do now? I don't even have my ult. Up against Lucid, who's quite fed. Okay,
Final attempt.
They have a flank angle. The flank angle, this is what we've been talking about. Zeus trying to get to the back line. The flash onto aiming. He finally got onto the Ziggs. The damage is decent, but the Kindred ultimate keeps aiming alive, and they cannot take him down. Showmaker runs in front, just strutting his stuff in the face of the Jinx. And there is just no way to attack this Ziggs the entire game. Aiming can TP into the fight now as well. As Peanut has to back away from this one. They don't have a wave right now, actually. They're trying to get it low enough. Instead, they're just going to get the champions low enough and get 3 more kills. The wave comes in, and the game and the series is over. D plus Kia move to 4-0 and take down Hololive Esports.
Teams are working so well together. You'd think bringing a rookie in, and as much as Beryl has played with this team before, you know, it was with a different jungler. It was with Canyon, and it just feels like the team are working so well as a unit, despite having switched out quite a few pieces, and especially up against a team like HLE, who only changed the top laner. They were summer champions, only changed the top laner, and yet D+, it feels like they've adapted to these changes faster.
It's a lot of yelling. It's Showmaker and it's Lucid. And Beryl, of course. Can't count him out. Aiming and Shiu, they're not going to talk much. Aiming sometimes.
They're just locked in.
Yeah, locked in, doing their job.
And you can see the hype, they're happy about it. You know, this was a big match to take down.